Greetings, my audience. Hello. Excuse me. I'm reviewing all three Dark Knight movies from the Nolan trilogy, the Batman movies trilogy. I just want to say these movies were stupid, I thought. All of them. Entertainment. Fun. That's why I give all of them a 10 out of 10. Nonsense entertainment versus grand spectacle and corny characters with silly voices. All of the characters sound like rejected cartoon theme park cartoons. Rejected cartoon ideas for voices. That's what Bane sounds like, and that's what Heath Ledger's Joker and also Batman sounds like in the Nolan trilogy. All of them sounds like cartoon characters, rejected versions of cartoon characters that never got greenlit and deserve to be forgotten about because of how unimaginative they are. Is how they come across in these movies, and they play those characters well. The corny characters from the source material of DC Comics Batman shit. It's. I couldn't take any of this movie seriously, franchise. Like, I was just laughing at it. And not with it. Sometimes with it when it actually was in with it when it was telling jokes. But I was laughing at it and with it often and on. Often throughout each movie of Batman Begins to Dark Knight to the most funniest one. Next to Batman 2 is Batman 3, The Dark Knight Rises, known as The Dark Knight Rises. And the sequel is Batman The Dark Knight 2008. Flick. These are good guilty pleasures like Batman and Robin were for me. I love them like I love Batman and Robin starring Chris O'Donnell and George Clooney as a shitty Batman. As shitty as Christian Bale's Batman. He has that amount of charm of his shitty performance with the roughness of charm of George Clooney's Batman. But instead of George Clooney, you got Christian Bale, and he need 3 movies of his Batman, shitty Batman portrayal, with his terrible acting, along with everyone else's terrible acting in the franchise, the corny, hokey acting, with the corny, hokey dialogue, corny, hokey script, all 3 of them. You know how, like, some movies have corny acting than others? The Dark Knight trilogy stays consistent with the corny, shitty acting. And corny writing and dialogue and shit. And ending. So that raise more questions than closure. Because that's what we have to end on. Like, always like a cliffhanger for more shit. Never giving the audience closure on what the trilogy was about or what was going on and shit. We just need to end all 3 of them on a cliffhanger. And also / ending. Conclusion to a story. Is how they all end. Both ways. They try. Shoot for. All 3 of them ends like that. Different outcomes of, but they try to do the same thing too much at the end. To this setup shit. It's confusing when the 3rd one's supposed to be the last one. Oh. And never made a 4th one after this 3rd one. When the third one ending raises more questions and feels more like a cliffhanger than a conclusion. The whole ending. When the movie wraps up into a bow, credits roll, you just wonder what the hell did you watch. But then again, that's all of three of them feel like that way. Non-conclusion. More questions than answers. Movie gives you feeling. Each 3 installments of the Nolan franchise gets a 10 out of 10 for guilty pleasure, mediocre excitement, roller coaster ride at a carnival fest with cotton candy and shit. After eating cotton candy, it feels like a roller coaster. We are full from candy on a roller coaster is what it feels like. This movie, script, story, all 3 of them feel like that. And connected, they feel more longer, like a version of themselves. I mean, connected, all 3 of them feel like that. A roller coaster after you just ate, ride, you know, when you're on one. As you eat cotton candy or shit, whatever. Is what each 3 installment stories feel like they're just that much of a mess. It makes me throw up how bad the stories are. Want to. Resisting temptation. At least when I'm on the camera. So that's why nostalgia reasons is why I like this movie, because I'm a nostalgia fan of Batman and DC Comics and the world. And that's the only reason why I like this movie. Because I like these characters from the source material, so I like them in this movie no matter how much little it's made sense. For rhyme and reasons. Little of anything. Other than cool explosions that Michael Bay would be proud of. That look real. You know? Like Michael Bay's explosion. And Batman looking away like a cool guy. A cool punk rock like Hugh Jackman. Like a cool guy that looks away from explosion and doesn't react to it. That's how cool he is, the bland Steven Seagal kind of action hero Batman is in this film. With all the explosions. You know the song Cool Guys Who Don't Look at Explosions? Well, that should be the theme song to this Batman. Cool Guys Don't Look at Explosions. The whole trilogy should have had that be a theme song. That could make a rock song. Instead of original score. That would have improved the whole trilogy. Cool Guys Don't Look at Explosions if it was played in the Batman trilogy. Still, I give the trilogy a 10 out of 10. My favorite one's the one with Bane. Second favorite is the one with Heath Ledger. The second funniest one is the Heath Ledger one. The first funniest one, campiest one is the third one. Bane's one story when he's the villain. And Batman goes up against Bane in that one. It's really not that deep, complex stuff, emotionally gripping either. It's like a cool guys look at explosion, as deep as complex as that song. Rock song by that comedian and his band. Cool Guys Don't Look at Explosions. That's the name of the song. Look it up. Google it. That guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the comedy show of that main character, he does the singing in that song. And he had a band, and the song is like cool song. Like this Dark Knight trilogy. And funny, like the Dark Knight trilogy, Piggy Pants. Funny. Like Tom Eyes band, Christian Bale's Batman, Heath Ledger's Joker. Any of the 3 of them are funny as. I'd tell which one's the funniest one, to be honest with you. I'm tempted to say Joker, but that's because I fit his personality so well. When he's the fact that he's might be the funniest one. So maybe I'll like Dark Knight more than Dark Knight Rises now that I'm thinking about it, because he is the funniest character in the movies. and silliest. That's why Dark Knight Rises and Dark Knight and Batman Begins, all three of Nolan trilogy, get a 10 out of 10. Goodbye. Subscribe. Like this video. Hit the thumbs up, please. And I'll see you in the next video, my audience. Good morning. It's morning where I am. As the sun just rise, I realize is rising now. Okay, I'm going to watch the sun rise. Goodbye. See you in my next video, my audience. Good morning. Hallelujah. I feel great.